Wow, look at this. Massive aircrafts are getting pulled over this highway. We were given some orange juice from Dabur. So these are Indian oranges. That was actually very smooth, very buttery takeoff. And look at the glittering Kolkata nightlight. I just had a one bite and they are really good. Look at this, how pretty they are. It's always depicting cultural side of Malaysia, and this is a beautiful painting. Hello, good afternoon and welcome to our channel. We have been in Kolkata from Sri Lanka, but we were so sick because of the heat stroke and other issues. We couldn't make any video, but now we are flying from Kolkata directly to Melbourne via Kuala Lumpur. So please join us, and that will be another 24 hours journey, and so we'll cover everything, Kolkata to Kuala Lumpur and then Kuala Lumpur to Melbourne with Malaysia Airlines. So please join us. Hopefully it will be very exciting, another in-flight vlog. Our immigration was very smooth. In Kolkata that was really fast and very efficient. And so we are now waiting for our flight. So that will be another couple of hours, I think. Our MH185 will fly from Kolkata to Kuala Lumpur, and that's I think about 3.5 hours. And then we have 2 hours gap before we catch our Malaysian Airlines from Kuala Lumpur to Melbourne direct. And I hope you enjoyed our Sri Lankan series. What a spectacular journey that was. We wanted to travel in Sri Lanka, and finally we could do that. There are so many other things that we need to go back for, but for this time 6 days in Sri Lanka was just amazing. Hello again, our security and all other usual stuffs are done now. So now we are waiting for MH185 from Kolkata to Kuala Lumpur, and from there we'll be catching MH129 going back to Melbourne. So that will be hopefully another wonderful journey, and I hope you watched our vlog while we traveled from Melbourne to Colombo via Kuala Lumpur, and that flight was just one of the best flights that we ever had. Probably one of the best economy is now served by Malaysian Airlines, and from Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur that was a brand new A330 and that was fantastic. The display image studio was just the best. I hope you enjoyed that vlog. So I'm expecting to make another experience vlog, in-flight experience tonight, although it will be very long, tiring journey because it's going to start at 12:40, so almost in the very early in the morning, and then it will be a day flight to Melbourne. So it is going to be very tiring because probably we won't be sleeping for next 24 to 30 hours. And so please stay tuned. While we were waiting, there was a Singapore Airlines flight just leaving Kolkata. And so this is going to be our flight to Kuala Lumpur, MH185, in half an hour time. Finally we are getting on board MH185. So we are on board MH185 and we are queuing for our seat and luggage. So as you know, this is Malaysian Airlines Boeing 737 MAX, and we have some charging facilities, and I have already started charging. This is now 12:40, just after midnight on Monday 28th of April. So our flight is leaving on time. Fantastic. The lights are dimmed and we are now taxiing. It was fairly rushed because the aircraft from Kuala Lumpur to Kolkata arrived around half an hour late. but they rushed everything and we are leaving on time. I personally love plane spotting and this is just fantastic. There are like hundreds of Indigo currently parked because it's very early in the morning. And surprisingly it has started raining. Yesterday there was a thunderstorm near Kolkata and that's why this aircraft from Kuala Lumpur was 1 hour delayed. But we are leaving on time today. Hopefully it's not going to be too much bumpy. Get ready for the roaring sound of Boeing 737 MAX. I hope it flies. That was actually very smooth, very buttery takeoff. And look at the glittering Kolkata nightlight. So our pre-booked vegetarian meal has just been delivered and this is how it looks like. We have got some parathas, some rice, some bara and dal, a big chili, green chili, and I don't know what are these. What are these? Yogurt and some desserts. I think one is raita and one is some sort of payasam or something like that. Sweet. I've got my paratha and I've got non-veg. There's a little bit of chicken curry with mustard, I think, and a dal and a little bit of rice. Not too bad. It looks nice, fresh, and a little bit of dinner on a 3-hour flight. Orunima actually had a couple of green banana koftas, and that's delicious. And my chicken curry with mustard is really delicious. We normally cook fish in mustard sauce. The chicken in mustard sauce is very unique, very good. We were given some orange juice from Dabur, so these are Indian orange juice. We are now passing by Phuket. Wow, look at the color. We are going to land at Kuala Lumpur very soon. And then we'll wait for a while before we jump on our flight to Melbourne. We have just landed at Kuala Lumpur Airport and now we have to wait like 1.5 hours before we catch our flight to Melbourne, and that will be another interesting 7.5 hour flight hopefully. These are beautiful artwork actually at this international airport that we noticed when we traveled through on our way to Sri Lanka, and this is also fantastic here. It's always depicting cultural side of Malaysia and this is a beautiful painting. I think there will be a lot of walking at the moment because they're doing a lot of renovations, so to catch the flight from Melbourne we need to go a little bit farther. Our flight from Kolkata to Kuala Lumpur was nice. It was a little bit cramped, but we slept mostly, so it didn't matter. There is another beautiful artwork. It is quite unique actually, it's quite different. We are having a little tour of Kuala Lumpur International Airport. I think like last time, we need to go to a terminal building and then we need to catch a bus. That will take us to the main terminal building where we'll get our flight to Melbourne. Wow, look at this. Massive aircrafts are getting pulled over this highway. It says bus to get C1 to C37. We are on board the bus for our C14 gate. Oh, there are lots of aircrafts like Cathay Pacific and Qatar. They are ready to fly. this was our destination. Now, actually, this is the terminal where all the international big aircrafts are standing and flying off. So this is our final way to C14 on the right hand side. A330 is already standing, Malaysian Airlines. So this is C14 and we're waiting here for our Malaysia Airlines, and this is the aircraft that is going to take us to Melbourne. So we are getting on board MH129, so it's going to be the second leg of our 24 hours long journey. Hello, now finally we are on board MH129 and we are settled in our seat. Our flight from Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur was just fantastic. I think I've seen that in-flight vlog. That was brand shiny, beautiful A330 Neo, but here it is. And this is A330-300. So this is a very old aircraft. So these are the very old displays. This is, I think, much older than this MH Studio that we experienced. The leg space is okay. I think it's not too bad. I think we can stretch our legs. There is no footrest, of course. And it's full flight. We are ready to fly. And they are so efficient. We are ready to go early. We are ready for early departure. So hopefully we'll be arriving in Melbourne early. Let me run through the old Malaysian Airlines Select infotainment system. We can't always have shiny things on our video, and it took 3 times to touch that entrance, and now we have got this entertainment and read. I'm not going there at the moment. Let's focus on the my flight info. So you need to give it a little bit of time to load. Feels like old Windows machine. And oh, it will restart. Oh, at the moment I tried 3 times to load the flight information system. The infotainment system crashed every time. So what can I do? Just sit quietly and wait to fly.
Malaysia Airlines 1, 2, 3, jom. Let's review the main aviation safety conventions as our bench.
As you can see, I've got 2 windows, so that's really good setup. But I'm not sure what I'm going to vlog about the seats. I needed a lot of effort to bend this. So that's reminded me recent flight QF68 from Bangalore to Sydney, and that was equally old aircraft A330, exactly same setup. This one is better in the sense that the leg space is pretty good and we can sit properly. We are getting pushed, and so that means that we started our journey from Kuala Lumpur, and it is going to be 7-hour flights to Melbourne. And this airport is extremely busy and there are a lot of congestions this morning. That's what our captain was telling. And as you can see, there are a lot of aircrafts landing and leaving. Basically they're queuing. At least when we'll be flying off from Kuala Lumpur, I hope to capture a beautiful aerial view of Kuala Lumpur city and surrounding areas around the airport. That will be very nice. We are going over this highway. And look at that terminal. I think it's dedicated to AirAsia. In 2016 we came to Kuala Lumpur from Melbourne on board AirAsia to travel in Malaysia, and I think we landed there. It's a dedicated terminal for all AirAsia aircrafts. Look at the queue. I think I can see at least 4 aircrafts are standing there just behind this aircraft. And on the left hand side, this is the runway. We are ready to fly. Oh, that's an Etihad aircraft just behind us. at this international airport, Kuala Lumpur International Airport. And Malaysia has got a lot of palm trees. These are all different orchards of palm trees. They produce a huge amount of palm oil. Now I can see that the flight information system is now fully functional. They were just waiting for getting on board and start flying. So Kuala Lumpur is our current location, and from there we'll be flying for 7 hours to Melbourne. So we need to travel 6,330 kilometers. Estimated arrival time is 7 p.m. Kuala Lumpur to Melbourne. These aerial views are just so spectacular, and it shows you how diverse our world is. So I have pre-booked my breakfast or lunch, and so we booked a ship's meal for this flight, and so we have been given this breakfast. So there's some water, some fruits, yogurt, and the main thing is that rice with some beautiful looking, very spicy Malaysian curry and an omelette. And Urudima has got some chicken curry and some parathas. And I should mention also we have got some peanuts and some cream crackers, cheese and butter. So as soon as I started eating, I found some prawns. So this was prawn rendang curry. So we left that area of Indonesia and Malaysia. We passed through Denpasar. It was not that bad. It was a little bit of bumpy ride, and we still have another 4,600 kilometers to go. So for next couple of hours we'll be flying over the ocean before we'll enter Australian continent. Lunch was nice. I would say it was good standard curry and paratha and rice. They're always good, and Malaysian curries are exceptional. One of our favorite, and so it was good, and it's finished. And now we have some black tea to complete our breakfast or lunch. So after our breakfast or lunch, there's nothing much to do. There's another 4 hours to go. So I decided that I'll watch Kraven the Hunter, the latest movie. Something to spend the time. So we are crossing Australia once again, and it is almost like 1/3 completed. We have another 2,300 kilometers to go. Altitude is 11,277 meters. Look at the white clouds on red center. So beautiful. So we'll be flying through South Australia as we traveled when we went from Melbourne to Colombo via Kuala Lumpur, and it will pass through Adelaide before landing in Melbourne. We have another 1.5 hours to go, and we have given some snacks. Let me show you what they offered. I've got some chicken pastry and 3 chocolate coated vanilla flavored ice cream, some usual peanuts, and I took a glass of Coke. So that's the chicken puff that I have got. But I need to try the cool treats ice cream first, because otherwise it will melt. I just had a one bite, and they are really good. Look at this, how pretty they are inside. This is vanilla ice cream, and I never had such a tiny piece of small ice cream coated with chocolate. It's very similar like ice cream sandwich, but in a very tiny shape. Oh, you have also got chicken puff, okay. So both of us have got chicken puff. Very soon we'll be passing by Adelaide, and we are flying over South Australia at the moment. sun is setting, the lights and the colors are just beautiful. So we have another half an hour to go, and we are going to be arriving in Melbourne on time around 6:55 p.m. We are flying above 12,000 meter at the moment, approximately 12,000 meter, and distance to go another 400 kilometer. So I think this is the time for wrapping up this in-flight vlog. Overall, it has been a very good flight. Wow, what a journey we had. We started from Kolkata and then we arrived in Kuala Lumpur and then flown to Melbourne. We stayed last night in Melbourne. Now we are flying to Hobart, going back to home. And that has been like more than 30 hours of travel, and it's been amazing, and hope you enjoyed this in-flight vlog and also our Sri Lanka series. So please stay tuned. Hope to see you soon.